Hello, my name is Patrick O'Brien, and this is my presentation on the TED Talk. The speaker of my TED Talk was Jonathan Haidt, who's a professor of psychology at the University of Virginia. His research primarily focuses on the psychological basis of morality across different cultures, political ideology, religion, evolution, and how we as humans evolved to actually become the moral creatures that we are today. His idea that the human species evolved over time to actually become the moral creatures that we are, while claiming that we are all seeking transcendence in some form or fashion, and the longing to actually help one another comes not from the actual what religion itself teaches us, but we actually evolved to those feelings over the considerable amount of time. Um, at the very beginning of the speech, Jonathan Haidt proposes a question to the audience, asking for everyone to raise their hands if they consider themselves religious people. After getting his response and noticing that it's considerably low, he then uses a joke to kind of bring him in a little further, mentioning that, he didn't really expect 3% or so that were actually in attendance to attend a TED conference. After receiving a good laugh from his crowd, it then uses a second question, in my opinion, to really pull the audience in and really get them, brought into the conversation. He asks them, he says, how many now consider themselves spiritual people? Once, noticing that the majority of the crowd considers themselves to be spiritual, he proceeded to deliver his speech. I think the first question, was set up actually to get the laugh, to set up the joke to allow the laugh to come in, which kind of eases the audience into it. And then he asks them a little bit more of a serious question, I think, knowing that that was going to be the answer. And that really brought people in, I think, to allow him the time to deliver his speech. Um, as the speech continues, Jonathan Haidt continues. You'll notice Jonathan continues to engage the audience with a series of video clips. It slides to back of his argument. But while at the same time always maintaining a very lighthearted and seemingly understanding approach to what he's discussing with them, and knowing that everybody's not necessarily going to completely be in the understanding of what he's got going on, but he did a very good job of presenting that to everybody. Throughout the entire speech, Jonathan Haidt followed what I thought were commandment number 4 and number 1, the absolute best. During the speech, you can see Jonathan, really use numerous different stories of not only people he's met, but different famous people such as Darwin and other TED presenters and things like that to try and back up his thesis. Accompanied by the good slides or the videos. But also, I felt he did a really good job. Professor Haidt did, clearly communicating his information extremely well to the audience. But while at the same time presenting in a very professional yet fun way. Wasn't too overbearing. It didn't seem matter of factish, or that he was trying to push his ego onto people. When I do my presentations down the line, I want to make sure that I'm focusing on maintaining and engaging my audience's attention, while at the same time trying to keep a lively spirit and make it feel like we're actually just having a conversation. They're not sitting there listening to a speech that I'm just spouting off. So I really want to make sure I focus on those things primarily. And another thing is obviously to not get too emotional about my topic, to avoid, possibly sitting up here and just selling my opinion and not actually telling it, which is probably the best way to really keep your audience engaged, is to make them feel like you're not selling them your topic. Well, I do appreciate your time this afternoon, and I look forward to some presentations down the line and speaking with you again. Again, my name is Patrick O'Brien. You can always email me questions at politicsatl@gmail.com. That's politixatl@gmail.com. Thank you again.